Oleksii, my congratulations and our congratulations on opening Goncharenko Center in Kyiv. And so my question and the question which will be interesting for our readers is for what and for whom you're opening this center as well as the network of centers around Ukraine?
Yeah, thank you. That's a very important event for us, and we are proud of the fact that we are the biggest in Ukraine network of educational, cultural, humanitarian centers, which works already several years. And for whom? It's for all people in Ukraine who are interested in development, in education, in culture. We have English language free of charge for adults and children. We have other languages, German, Polish, even Mandarin. We have financial literacy, cybersecurity, other courses, and all of this free of charge for Ukrainians. And today we will announce a very important news for us, that we are starting cooperation with the University of Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, which is one of 8 universities of Ivy League, and we will work together with them. So that is a very important part of our job. But at the same time, our centers, as I told you, are also humanitarian centers. After February 24, we started to help displaced people, military, and we are doing our drop, this ocean of Ukrainian volunteers. We are also a small part of it, and we are proud of this, because this is a real phenomenon. So that's for whom we work, and at the beginning our focus was on small towns, because there is no so many possibilities for development, for education, culture in small towns. But after February 24, we started to open in big cities because of humanitarian need, and we opened in Odessa, in Mykolaiv, in Kryvyi Rih, in Kharkiv, and finally we're opening in the capital of our country, in Kyiv.
And thank you for this insight and profile of the centers. How people could find the information if they would like to engage into?
Absolutely, I want to invite everybody to join us. In Kyiv, our center is on Zhilyanskaya 68. Thanks to support of company Kador and Mr. Kivan Adnan, who helped us with the office and to organize the center. By the way, this exactly center in Kyiv also is organized. We have partners in different cities. This center in Kyiv is organized thanks to support of Lord Michael Ashcroft, who is member of House of Lords, and that is also honor for us. And that gives us possibility to do what we are doing. So we are situated on Zhilyanskaya 68. So please welcome. Who watches us from other cities of Ukraine, you can find all our addresses on our Facebook page. We have a website. We have a Telegram channel. We have all possibilities and ways to reach people and to inform them about what's going on. We want these centers to be a big part of civilian cultural life in these cities. And I hope that center in Kyiv will be also one of such places.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We believe, I am finishing, this is our logo, and this is a potter who is making a better future of Ukraine. We believe in this, because the most important the biggest wealth of all countries is not oil or gas or even soil, it's people. And we need to invest in people, we need to develop people, and that's the way how the country will be prosperous and successful.
Okay, thank you. Pani Posol, first of all, thank you very much for the support of UK people, of UK government, to Ukraine, to Ukrainian people, for your support in our struggle, Ukrainian struggle with the Russian Federation. But we are now here on the occasion of opening Goncharenko Culture and Education Center. What is your opinion about this center, about opening, about the services that this center is going to propose to many people?
Well, I think two things. I think the first thing, everything that opens in Kyiv is a victory. Every time someone opens a cafe, it's a fantastic thing. Every time someone starts up a new business in Kyiv, it's a statement of Kyiv's freedom, which is incredibly important given that some of the country is under this vicious and quite murderous occupation. So every time I see something new in Kyiv, for me, it's a moment of celebration, really. So one of the reasons I wanted to come here was to see this new enterprise and celebrate it, basically. So that's a thing about anywhere. The thing I think that's particular to here is it's really fantastic and so important, this element both of promulgating culture but also of teaching English. Teaching English, we all know that English is an international language. So the more Ukrainians learn the language, the further down the path you go of rebuilding Ukraine, because Ukrainians want their country to be rebuilt as a European democratic country, and knowledge of English will football it into that league where people will be able to move around, to travel for leisure, for culture, for history, for language and for jobs. So it's a fantastic thing. It's great that Lord Ashcroft is supporting it. It will be great to see people's enthusiasm for it. And it will also help with the sharing of resources for English language. I still think is quite a road that Ukraine needs to travel further down. So it creates that demand. So it's great to be here.
One more, perhaps last. Your impression, you're kind of for some time here as an ambassador. What is your impression about some cultural, I would say, events or places in Kyiv or elsewhere in Ukraine which impressed you, which got into your mind that when you think about a culture of Ukraine, then you can, okay, I saw this or I visited that place, something like that.
You know, one of the saddest things about my 4 years here is that the first half of it was dominated by COVID and the second half of it dominated by the invasion. I've had less opportunity than any ambassador before me to really dig into that. So all former ambassadors, UK ambassadors, tell me of places I've never been to. I have more limited experience. And one day after this invasion, I will come back and I will visit them. But even from my limited experience, the visiting of some of the most fantastic architecture this country has to offer is completely inspiring, both in the centres, Odessa, Lviv, Kyiv, etc., but actually also in the smaller places is quite something. And all the creativity of the industries that come from culture, from performance artists, from innovation, from writing, from music particularly, has been fantastic for me to see, modern as well as classical. So that has been, those add together for me a sense of what Ukraine has to offer that perhaps pre-invasion wasn't so visible to the UK, but is now becoming more visible.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Good to speak to you.